Hello, CatManiac8X here, and today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to animate Flash 8. Now, I'm sure, like, the other ones, like Flash 9, or whatever the new one is. I think it's 10? Is it 10? I don't know. But, like, if there's a new one, or the new one, or the old one, where it should work fine. The same way with this, because they have, like, similar stuff. Oh, I prefer this one because it's kind of like Flash MX, and I used that at school when I was younger, so yeah, purple. Okay, so anyway, I gotta stop rambling whenever I do these things. First thing we're doing, there's tween animation, and then there's keyframe. I'll write it down so we can see it. The tween animation is basically the simpler way of doing it. You like make something as the simpler way of doing it, and then keyframe is animating frame by frame with the different keyframes, like you have a flip book. Okay, first off, I'm gonna erase all that. Go away, high CPU usage thing. I know it's high performance. Okay, gonna erase those. First thing we're doing is the tween animation, since that's the simplest one, and it's probably one of the first ones you'll do when you animate. Like, there's a way to do it with having different body parts and different layers, but it looks like it's a paper cutout a little bit, in my opinion, and it's really complicated, and I can't focus that well on those. So, but like the tween animation, I usually use it for just if the character's just gonna be standing still for a moment. So we have the character there, just standing there, kind of blankly. It's a dramatic tween face. It's always a cat. It always has to be a cat. Alright. First thing you do is I gotta make sure everything's highlighted with the little dots on it. Convert it to a symbol. And I usually do graphic because you can animate the graphic like inside the symbol. Like you can go like this and do keyframe animation inside the symbol. Like if you want to do a dramatic motion but with like a movement or something with like keyframe movement or tween movement inside the tween. Yeah, it gets complicated. But this is just simple tweening. Now I want him to go from here to here in like a slow pat in like a smooth motion from the left to the right. So I put him on the left, and then I'm going to go to frame 20 should be good, and then insert a keyframe. Not a blank keyframe, because that does nothing, and not a... Like, if you don't put it as a symbol, it kind of messes it up. But, like, you don't put a blank keyframe, you insert a keyframe, because that kind of copies what you were doing in the first frame, and have been doing for 19 frames. And then only this one, you can move, it kind of gives you a good idea of where he is, and then you can move him around and make him bigger. I'm going to twist him around a little bit too. Whoop. No, just a little bit. Maybe make it bigger to get like a dramatic motion. That way he goes from left to right and goes a little bigger. But then you right click it and then create motion tween. And you can go whoop, and it's nice and smooth. That's less animating for you. And there's other types of tweens. There's like, I'm not really sure what other tweens there are. You do like properties. There's motion tween, there's shape tween, which only works for stuff that isn't symbols, but I like motion tween better because it just makes more sense. Yeah, but that's a little more complicated, and you guys can probably figure out the shape tweening because I haven't really used it at all. I don't really know how to work it. Okay, let's delete that. We're done with it. And the next one is keyframe animation. My favorite type of animation, because I've been doing flipbooks like crazy, like the classic paper flipbooks, and those are always fun. I like paper flipbooks, but although they're a bit more tedious because you can't like just leave them around somewhere. But anyway, what you need to do first is obviously draw a little sketch layer. It's always good to have a sketch layer and then have a separate layer for the line art, so you can color the line art and leave the sketch layer alone. Then you get a basic idea of what you want to animate. I'm going to do an easy thing. Like just the same cat guy again. Maybe more hair this time. Yes, fluffy tail. And then he's going to stand there for a few seconds. Oh, I had this at 24 frames a second. Holy crap, that's gonna be horrible to animate. Because 24 frames is like the default. I usually go for 18 because it's a bit better than 12, but it's not exactly. It's a bit more complicated than 18 than 20 than 12, but still not as smooth as 24. But 24 is for when you really have patience because you need a lot more keyframe stuff. Okay, never mind that. Anyway, you insert a blank keyframe this time because you want to make the character. Oh, I just breathed into the mic. You just want to make the character do something different than the first frame, like just do like the last frame of the action, like maybe make him morph into something that's like looking like the. This is gonna take quite a bit of frames. I might animate this as my symbol. I don't know. That'd be cute. And then there's gonna be a lot of frames. I'm gonna move this to frame 15. And then in between, you make sure onion skinning is on. You have like the onion skin, you have like the onion skin outlines, and edit multiple frames, which I'm not sure how that one works. I haven't tried that one yet. Then you get like, then you do this on the first frame, like just highlight some of the frames, and then convert to blank keyframes, so that way you got like 4 of them. So you can't really see the face yet, but he's gonna be like, and then you just do the in between stuff. So maybe his eyes kind of shift a little bit, tongue sticking out. This is just a sketch layer, so it can be kind of sketchy. I might just edit this better with line art. And then you just basically draw the frames in between. I should just do the head. Should have just done the head. And tongues out more. Because he's starting to go haywire right here. Draw the frame. What? Oh, that's gonna be insane. his eyes have to move up. Okay, that's why you need the last frame to show where you're going. Quiet for a minute as I do this. Hi, Gracie. My cat just jumped in my bed. That kind of startled me. And then one more frame, and then I should be almost right to where he is. It's like this stuff is easy. It's really easy to do this type of animation here, if you know what you're doing with like what the character's doing in between frames and how to move. Gracie, I can't see. Ah! She just went right in front of the computer. I can see you. Hi. His eyes can be a little blocked over. I can't see Gracie. You're in my way. Oh, I forgot the tail for a frame. Nah. But yeah, but you basically get control. That. Ah, I should have let that frame go for a while so you can see the end result. Insert frame. It was a little too fast. I might have to go add a little in between stuff. This is basically what keyframe animation looks like. Like just leaving blocks for a bit and then just adding more stuff. But yeah, that's basically keyframe. That's my favorite way of doing it. What do you want, Gracie? That's the basic way of doing it, and that covers it for a basic animation thing. Because other than this, like you got like the new layer. If you want to make him talk, you get like a character. Just have him standing there kind of blankly. Clear keyframe. You just want him to stand there, and then have another frame. Like make sure to lock that layer, and then just have a second layer just for lip syncing. Just convert it all into blank keyframes. Blank keyframes, there you go. And then have like and then have like eventually have his mouth go like or some sort of mouth thing. Like, you've seen my lip sync, you know how to do it. And that should cover it. So, until next time, this is Catmaniac8X. Later.